Hi, welcome to Gabbing with Girlfriends. And my girlfriend today is my favorite Gabber, Gabi. Hi, Gabi.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good.
We have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. Summer's like over. And do you know how I know it's over? Because some
How?
schools have started back.
Oh, I thought it was over because I saw Halloween stuff up already in shops.
You have? Oh, don't you buy any yet. You can't buy any until October 10th.
I'm not. Don't worry.
Okay, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But yes, it's over. So we've got loads of questions, but I want to hear about your recent trip to New York, please.
It was a ton of fun. I saw the Doobie Brothers and Steve Winwood, who was fantastic. And then we went to this play, Oh Mary, which the funniest thing I've seen in my life. I
And
really
you know what?
doubt
After you told me about it, I actually Googled it to see if it was something I would like. And because
you'd
it's
love it.
no,
You'd
it's a
love it.
period piece. I could never watch that.
No, it ain't period. Trust me.
Really?
Okay? There's gay sex and all kinds of shit going on in there. And let me tell you, it is the funniest thing. I won't live long enough to see anything funnier than that.
Huh.
Okay?
How
I promise you.
how long is
And
it
the
running? Do you
ending,
know?
it ends on November 6th or 10th or something like that. It's like I'm dying to get Glenn there to see it. I mean,
Would he like it?
here imagine if Lincoln's assassination had been a good thing for Mary because she had some dreams she wanted to fulfill.
I just
And
can't
imagine if
imagine.
Mary was an alcoholic ex-cabaret performer. I'm just saying.
But was she really an
You
alcoholic
have any?
in life?
No.
Oh, oh, how do you know?
Because I read that big Lincoln biop by Doris Kearns Goodwin.
Oh, oh,
It's a really good book. I mean,
oh,
very, very good about the Lincoln assassination and like his whole presidency. It's really good. She's a great writer.
huh, huh. Okay, so go on. What else did you do in New York? Did you go by your favorite park?
No, we basically ate and drank our way around the city and then went to see stuff at night. I saw my nephew. He was there. And that was about it.
Hmm.
It was a quick trip. It was a quick trip.
Yeah, well, that sounds good. And is Glenn home at the moment?
He's not, I mean, he is. He's leaving at the end of the month. And then he does some shows in America for about a month.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
You lucky thing.
Yeah. Can't wait.
So we have some questions, and I'm dying to answer one that I know we have. I'm just pulling
Okay.
them up, but I'm dying to
Okay.
answer this one because it's something that just happened. So, okay, let me just get them. I'm nearly there. Hang on, hang on. Okay, so let's start with some questions. I know there's still more to talk about that has nothing to do with, that has nothing to do with questions, more Glenn stuff, more TV stuff, loads of things I know to talk about, but I have to get to
I
this.
love questions. I love questions.
Okay. So this question that I'm dying to answer, somebody wrote in and said, when was the last time you lost your temper and why? I'll go. Hands up, I'll go.
You go.
Okay. So, I'm walking with a crutch, right? You know that I'm kind of immobile at the moment. So I was at Whole Foods the other day and I got to get in line and discovered there's only one open line unless you want to check out yourself. But I had far too many fruits and veg to be doing checking out myself. So I get in the only open line. I'm number 6 in the line. And the person ahead of me has the most full basket trolley you've ever seen ever. And then the other people had normal sizes, whatever. And I'm only telling you about the person in front of him. I don't even know why I mentioned how many groceries he had. I had a lot, but I don't know why I told you about his. So I'm standing there, and then another person comes behind me, and then a young girl goes to open another line, and
Yeah.
a young man
Make sure the air doesn't come on, yeah.
comes walking toward the lines, and she waves him over to her.
Instead of taking the
The
next
next
person
person,
in
which wasn't
line,
me, and that's
right,
okay.
which is a guy in front of you. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even him. There were 4 people in
Yeah.
front of him. But instead of
Okay.
anything, so he just goes and gets in line. And normally I would be like, oh, do you want to, go get in
Yeah,
line or
whatever.
whatever. But I rushed over there with my stick wobbling along. His stuff is like already thrown on the conveyor belt. And I lost it. I just lost it, asking him how he was raised, how he could be so ill-mannered to see that, I'm on a crutch. Surely he would have thought maybe I'd want to go first, ask the girl where she was during her Whole Foods training, to not know that you're supposed to ask the next person in line, not even me, but the next person in line. And but couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop. I couldn't empty my groceries. I didn't want him to even acknowledge his things in line. He actually did apologize and said, "Do you want to go?" And I said, "How can I go? All your shit is on here." Lost it. Totally lost it. Had her get the manager. By the time all this happened, I mean, I had to speak to everybody. They sent the biggest guy you've ever seen in your whole. The manager went and got this guy, huge. I can't even tell you. Like, he comes over to me. He comes over and says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "With what?" "You can help her. You could teach her manners. You could help him." Anyway, this is just going on and on and on. And I said, "And if they thought it was best to send you over to me because they thought you'd be the most intimidating member of staff here, they were wrong. I was born and raised in Detroit," which I wasn't, but I was born and raised in Detroit, and I don't intimidate. Anyway, he ended up cracking up. He ended up bagging my groceries and taking them out. But then I couldn't let it go. I had to come home and call Whole Foods to their corporate office or whatever number Nicole got for me. And I just couldn't let it go. So that was the last time I lost my temper, and it was 2 days ago. So there. That's my story.
Wow. I don't have anything.
And I think I might, how sometimes you walk in places like the post office or wherever, and there's these wanted signs? You see these signs, and
Yes.
I think
Yes.
we'll be on one of those in all the Whole Foods soon.
Yeah. They got an alert out. When you go in there the next time, they're going to get like a notification on their phone, and everyone's going to want to go on their break.
But wouldn't you have done the same thing?
No, but I'm not you. I would have just gone, whatever. I just, I understand the principle of it, but I just am so like worn out. It's more like worn out that I just can't give a shit about much. I just don't. Like, things that make me angry are like, there's a work related thing that's really stupid that makes me angry, but I don't do anything about it because then I also think, well, I'm not perfect. So I don't know. That kind of stuff is annoying, yes, but I just don't give a shit anymore. I'm too tired to give a shit.
And I try to always have in mind, I don't know what kind of day they're going through, and everybody's always got a story, and I try to have that in mind. But this was pretty obvious. This is pretty obvious that it wasn't his turn. He came from nowhere. Like, why should
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on about it for days and days and days, but that's it.
It's the principle of it. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I get it. It's just, yeah, I just don't care, but I get it.
Well, now that I shared this story for the 84th time, I'm going to move on, and I'm going to never think about it again. So there. Okay, so here's one. Ready?
Yeah.
This one's for you, because I took
God.
that one right over. No, this is a personal for you thing, but okay. Which famous person's shoes would you walk in for one day, and why?
Oh, just wow. There's a lot, but I'm just gonna say like Princess Diana, because I would like to see all the behind the scenes like princess stuff.
Not personal marriage life stuff, just girly
No,
things.
like she's going to that party in the black revenge dress, and I want to do that. Or when she comes to go to see the ballet in New York, or, just like any princessy thing.
How do you even remember that?
I don't know.
So, but
I
is it something that
probably
you,
I probably forgot something very important for that to stay in my brain. You know what I mean?
but did that stay in your brain since you saw her do that in the magazines, or did you recently see it in a magazine that made you think about it?
I don't
An
know.
old memory or new memory?
I don't know. Probably old. I mean, I've always been a Princess Diana fan, so I don't know.
Do you know they had a display of her stuff in Vegas? Probably everywhere. They did it there it was there for months. And um, yeah, I really wanted to go to that.
I
I'm not a
went years
royalist.
ago. Yeah,
What?
I went years ago when they had that display of like her dresses,
Yeah.
and I went and saw that. I went to that. It was
Where,
great.
where was that? The one you went to?
I
In
went with
LA?
my mother. I went with my mother in Minneapolis. It was showing in Minneapolis, and it was incredible to see that wedding dress, and everything was just like,
Well, yeah, I want to do that.
wow,
I
wow,
want to do
wow.
that. And I'm
Yeah.
not a royalist, but I did love her.
Oh, I love her. She's great. She was fantastic.
Okay, so I'm going to echo what you just said then. I'm going to copy you. Ditto.
Good.
Just say ditto. Okay. Do you think that one's mental health is more important than one's physical health? I don't know how one could be more important.
Well, I don't know that they're more important, but I think there's a lot of emphasis on mental health these days because it's something in the past that we never talked about a lot. But I think that there's always been anxiety, depression, people getting bummed out about this and that. I mean, I think that's always existed,
No, but
right?
we didn't used to talk about it.
But we
Nope.
didn't used to talk about it. So that's why it's on people's radar more. But it's the
Yeah.
same thing as like, going to get a yearly exam or something like that. Not everybody does it, but is it important? Sure. So I
But
don't think
how do you do a
one,
yearly mental exam?
well, you don't unless you're having a crack up. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like you wake up and you're depressed one morning and you don't know why because you don't really have a reason to be depressed. I think that's pretty normal. I think that's just something that's life. It's like, I don't know. I just think
I know what you
the
mean.
brain has to handle so much stuff. And one day you wake up and you just are like, oh my God, I can't handle it. And maybe that's just for today and you work through today. I mean, I don't know. I can't really answer that question except to say they're both important.
But it is true because if somebody wakes up with like abnormal palpitations, chances are they'll go to the doctor. Or if somebody
Right.
wakes up with a stiff arm, they'll go get it looked at. But if you wake up thinking, that you're really down, you'll think you're just having one of those days. And you won't
Right.
really sit back and reflect on your own mental well-being. And
Right.
you should. You should.
Yeah.
You should be the people around you should notice that, it's the same way if you're walking funny. I would say, oh, did you hurt your back? Or,
Right.
you know, like if you have a friend or a family member that you see every day or often enough to know the difference. If we were out and you didn't smile or laugh once, I would know that's not like you. So I'd have to say something wrong with you.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
okay. This is a good one, I think. Do you enjoy celebrating your birthday? If so, what do you like to do?
Well, I would say yes, but I also think that there's a lot of pressure around it, like trying to have something to do or trying to have fun. And I don't like the pressure of it because, look, I have some girlfriends that they always do something fun for themselves and they always plan something and they always have a party or a trip or something. And I don't know how they do that because I've just never been able to do that for myself.
Yeah.
So a lot of times my birthday is just spent,
Going
you
to
know,
dinner.
or in front of the television. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to, I don't know, plan something for myself. I don't know why, it just is. And I also, the older I get, um, kind of the less I care. I mean, I care and it would be nice to be acknowledged, but getting older, I don't know. I kind of just don't care.
But I've always been that way. I don't remember ever having a birthday party when I was a child, and maybe I did, but I don't remember it. And I don't really think about things like that. I enjoy celebrating somebody else's birthday, but I don't really, I'm happy to like have a girly dinner and and do
Right.
something that's a little, special. And as much as it could be anywhere, it could be a dinner at, wherever,
Yeah.
just to have, my close friends with me. I like that. I do like that. But it's kind of, I use my birthday as an excuse to do that. And especially because I don't live in LA anymore. So kind of, it's my birthday, let's all get together. So I use it more
Yeah.
just social as a
I
social.
think that's good. I think that's good. I wish I could do that. It's not because I don't want to. I guess I don't know what my problem is because I've always liked my birthday. I've always liked doing something. I like to celebrate it all month. I like to buy myself whatever I want or do whatever I want. I guess, I don't know. I don't know. Do I like it? Yes. Am I able to put something together for myself? Only sometimes. It depends on the mood I'm in that week.
It's like Wendy, she does not so much the past few years, but once upon a time, I swear her birthday would last literally like, I want to say all month, but definitely for a week. There would be
Yeah.
something, she would have something to do every night for a week, no matter what. No, and I just don't, yeah, a dragged out birthday doesn't interest me, either
Yeah.
mine or anybody else's. Give me one day, give me the actual birthday. And if I can't see you on that actual day, I'll pick a different day to take you out.
Yeah. I understand.
Um, okay, if you could eat one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Italian food.
Duh.
Hello.
But you know what's really good about that? I don't know what mine would be, though. Mine would maybe be Italian too. But what's really good about Italian food is there's so many things, like so many, a zillion kinds of pastas, but pizza falls in that. Salads fall in that. There's so many
Exactly.
different things that
I
make up
love it.
Italian food.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite.
I don't know if that would be mine. I kind of lately kind of think some kind of Asian food, maybe. Popcorn,
And
definitely. If somebody said you can only eat one thing, it would have to be
oh,
popcorn.
one thing I would probably have it be pizza.
Good to know. Do you trust people easily? I think the whole world would say no.
I trust people until I'm proven wrong, people I meet. But in general, do I trust people just wandering around in the world? No. But people I meet,
Yeah, people you know. I just made that part up.
yeah,
I don't know what the question's
yeah,
meant to be, but people you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
I'm
I
so
trust them.
jaded. Not me. I'm
I,
so jaded. I don't trust anybody. I'm just old and bitter, I guess.
yeah.
Old, twisted, and bitter. That should be the name of a song
Oh, God.
or a band. Okay. What was the best customer service experience you've ever had and the worst? Well, I just told you the worst. Whole Foods. Don't ever go to Whole Foods again.
Yeah, let's see. The best and the worst. I can't really think of a worse one, right? Oh, let's see. I mean, recently I had some weird thing where my passport was not lining up with my TSA. So every single time I was going to check in, even though my information was correct in the app, for some reason on the Delta app, like I would have to go and check in like with a human being. Like it just wouldn't recognize me. And this happened for like a month and it was completely random. Sometimes it did it, sometimes it didn't. And I finally went to this one guy at Delta and he was really nice and he helped me and he put it all in. And, you know, this was after like 2 months of various people and me trying to do it. So that was really nice. He figured it out.
And you've been good to go ever since?
And I've been good to go ever since. And then I can't think of a bad one right now, to be honest with you.
I can't think of any. I mean, other than the one I just said, I seem to never have great customer service. Having said that, no, at Heathrow, when I checked in with American Airlines when I flew back to the States after my fall,
Yeah.
I had the most amazing woman ever.
My only complaint about airlines, and it's not the airline's fault, it's the stupid people on the plane. Something that really annoys me is when people leave their phone like notifications on and you're getting on the plane and you hear ding, 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 like they're getting a text or an email.
I hate that.
First of all, I want the stewardess and stewards to go back to making announcements to turn off your phone, because they don't do that anymore, really. Because think about it, if we all had our phone that way, it would just be a cacophony of random noises while you're sitting in this little tin can flying through the air.
Yeah,
so when I
the
hear
worst.
one of those go off, it makes me go insane, because it's like you're on a plane. You're obviously looking at your phone because it's on, and you still need a notification to come through and ping you and make a noise.
And what are you going to do about it? So your ring
And
camera goes off. What are you going to do?
so turn your phone off and kick back for the next 3 or 4 or 5 hours or whatever the fuck's going on, because that shit drives me insane. I actually, on one flight, someone was listening to something. I don't know if they had a kid or what, but they were listening to their phone like without earbuds in. And I told the stewardess, I go, I can hear that, and I don't know what seat it's coming from. I think it's over there. And she looked at me a little bit like I was crazy, and I go, don't you get it? If we all did that, we'd be hearing a mess. I mean, so I'm asking you if you would please go over there and tell them to put earbuds in.
And did she?
And she gave me a little bit of a look like, and then I think the person heard me complaining, and so they dealt with it. But let me tell you something. I don't give a shit if you have kids. I really don't fucking care. You have them, you take fucking care of them, and they shouldn't be my problem. I don't have kids for a reason, because I don't particularly like being around them. I like being around certain kids, but not yours. So if you can't control them or make them sleep on a plane and they got to listen to a stupid shit ass show,
Then they should have earbuds. They should have headphones or something.
Put their headphones on.
Yeah,
I don't
easy.
want to hear your show. I don't want to hear your show. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 5 or 85. I don't want to hear your show and your phone.
I'm with you. And this bothers me even more. And I do call people out on this all the time. If I'm sitting, on the plane and this happens, or if I'm in any kind of environment, if I'm sitting in a doctor's waiting room and this happens, or if I'm in some kind of lounge somewhere and this happens, or wherever it happens, and somebody's like this with their phone and they're talking on speakerphone, and I can hear their entire conversation, I will say, you do know I can hear that, right? Or you do know you can take it off speaker and put it by your ear, right? I mean, I will try to embarrass somebody into stopping it, because that is so annoying. Like, why would somebody want other people to, why would somebody want a stranger to hear their conversation? I don't even get it. It doesn't even make sense to me. There's no logic.
You're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir.
No, I know. But that's annoying, really annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's really super annoying, and I hate it. And if I see somebody doing it, like they're on WhatsApp and they're, I'll give them, like a.
Why? What's the difference? Like I never use WhatsApp.
Well,
I
Glenn
use it,
always,
but I don't really know.
I mean, Glenn always calls me on that. It instantly puts their face up and you hear everything.
Yeah,
And I'll be
400
at the
people use
grocery
WhatsApp.
store and he'll I don't know. He'll call me and I never answer the phone. And then I call him back and I go, I am in bonds. Not everyone wants to hear that you want,
Oh, I get it, because you have to do this. You have to do
vegan
this on WhatsApp. You don't do
vegan
this.
marshmallows and peanut butter. People don't want to hear that.
I get it. I get the WhatsApp part of it. That's funny. Um, okay, what is one modern convenience you could not live without?
Toilet paper.
That's not a modern convenience. But toilet paper's been around forever.
Well, you didn't say how modern.
No,
um, oh,
your phone, your laptop, your
yeah, but
TV.
I lived until I was in my 30s without a cell phone. So I'd probably make it, but I won't make it without toilet paper. And maybe, I don't know, a can opener. I know I suck, don't I?
Yeah, that's really
I'm a,
sucks.
I,
Mine's the
I,
obvious. You're trying to be too cleverly creative here. Mine's a cell phone.
yeah, now that I've got it, I like it. But I mean, I feel like the question
You're
wanted
making
me
it
to
too
come up with
complicated.
something more interesting.
You're trying to be way too clever.
I'm not clever at all, believe me.
Okay, toilet paper then.
Toilet paper for me.
Okay, this one's really hard, but it's probably a really good question, but it's probably over my head. What is something popular these days that you just don't understand? Oh, I could do this. That you just don't understand why it's so popular and can't just jump on the bandwagon with it.
Well, I don't have an answer for this because I don't know what's popular. Honestly, I don't know. Like I don't hang around with anyone, I guess, young enough to know or influence me that way. Like, I don't know, like you go because I don't get it. I don't know what to
TikTok.
say.
TikTok.
Oh yeah, I don't do that. I don't do
I don't
that.
get it. I do it, but like once a year or something. I do it just, I don't know why. Sometimes I'll just be lying in bed and not into what's on the TV, and I'll go to look at TikTok and think, oh, I may as well post something silly. But literally, probably once every 4 or 5 months. But I don't get it. I don't get the fascination with it. I don't get the whole viral aspect of it. I don't understand. Like my son, for example, he'll go, and this is really cool, but I don't get it. But he'll go on TikTok to find out what to do in Islington in London. Like,
Oh,
and
see, I never would do that. I would never do
he
that.
shows me these things that he insists you don't find anyplace else because you can see it, you can read about it, and somebody experienced it, which is how and why it's on TikTok. But yeah, I just don't get it. But I think that's really cool that he can do that. But so I never got on the whole TikTok bandwagon.
Yeah, me neither. I don't get it. Also, I don't care.
I think it must be. Yeah, I started to say an age thing, but it's not an age thing because I know.
I don't think it's an age thing. I think it's just
do it too, and I just don't get it.
I
Even if
just
they don't post, they like going on there and looking up things.
Yeah, I don't. I would never do that.
Okay, should we do a couple more questions? Then we can save.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
How do you stop? We've had this, not this question, but similar questions to this. How do you stop overthinking? You
I'm
don't?
just laughing
I don't.
because I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I drive myself insane.
Obsessively so.
Like I have to say, okay, calm down. Stop thinking about that now. Just stop. I have to make myself like, just stop. Just stop it.
Yeah, I'm quite obsessive.
Like, here's an example. When I went to New York, I packed this small suitcase. Okay? and I checked it. And then on the way to the airport, I immediately regretted that I didn't choose a different suitcase. And then I stressed about not picking that suitcase the whole time I was checking in.
But why did you
Until,
check? You weren't
and then
gone
I
long enough to
finally
check
said,
luggage.
well, I needed to. Then I said, so I was taking shit to give to my friend that I couldn't carry on.
Okay, go on.
So I'm like, why the fuck did I bring this suitcase? Then I was driving myself insane. And then I thought, God, okay, it's going to be okay. Just shut up, shut up, shut up. Then I get there, everything's fine. And then my girlfriend gives me some presents, which is really nice, but they're too big for the suitcase I brought. And then I'm like, see, I knew you should have brought that other suitcase. You know, like I can make myself go.
So what'd you do with
insane.
them?
She's coming out to see me in a couple weeks and she's going to bring them to me. But my point is the suitcase thing was a stupid thing, but it got in my brain and I had to like forcibly shove it out.
Because I get that it's stupid, but what makes it even more stupid, I'm not judging here, but what makes it even more stupid is there's nothing you could do about it. That's what's bad.
Exactly.
When you overthink this, and here you are in a taxi on the way to an airport, what are you going to do? Go buy another one? No, because you've got enough, or just beat yourself up over, of all the suitcases you could have picked, you picked the wrong one. It's crazy. But I'm the same. I'm the same. I obsess.
Makes me go mental.
Yeah.
Or if I go out and I put my jewelry on and let's say I can't find the pair of earrings I want to wear or the necklace or whatever. And I guess like I will go ape shit crazy mad. Like I will go ape shit. And I will obsess all night that I've got the wrong earrings in or the wrong necklace on.
Well,
and
mine would be a wrong obsession. Mine would be I can't find it obsession.
Oh, if I can't find something, I will tear my bedroom apart. I will turn that stuff. I will tear everything apart. I mean, shit will be all over. I mean, Glenn's come home and been going, what in the hell?
Me too. Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't find a sweater I'm looking for. Get out of my way.
Yeah. No, that's me too. There is nothing.
Yeah.
If I end up in hell, that's what my hell's going to be.
I'll be looking. There's a t-shirt. There's a t-shirt right now I can't find, and I'm dying to just go in there and shred my room.
Yeah. No, you have to. As soon as we finish, get in there because it's going to make you crazy.
It's going to make me crazy. Yeah. Yeah. That's hell for me. I can't find something.
Yeah, me too. It's the worst feeling in the world. And it could be, and it's not a value thing. It could be something worth, $2.
I bought some pretty stamps last week. I cannot remember where I put them. So I don't even know where to start shredding, which is really upsetting to me.
Well, it's in your wallet. I already know.
Oh no, they're not in my wallet. Trust me. I've shredded my handbags.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm a shredder. When I can't find something.
Oh no, when we hang up, look for the t-shirt. After you find the t-shirt.
Find the stamps.
Which is in between two different things that you folded.
Yeah,
After
probably.
you find the t-shirt, you'll find the stamps. What is your favorite summertime activity? I bet yours is gardening.
Gardening and going in the pool. Getting really hot and sweaty.
Really summertime for you because you live in Southern California. So
that's true.
Do that all the time.
But I mean, that's hard to say because like you said, we live in California, but I like to be outside. And
So when you go outside and go in your garden, do you smother yourself in sunscreen?
Yes.
And hats?
Sometimes a hat, sometimes not. It just depends.
And do you ever go, these are my own personal questions.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to a dermatologist just to have all your body looked at to see if you have any marks that are questionable?
No, and I should, but I haven't.
Do you know who does this religiously? Brisa. And she always tells me to do it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to make an appointment. Give me your doctor's name. Oh, yeah, I'm going to make an appointment next time we're there. Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing it. for years this has gone on. And I finally did it a couple of weeks ago, and I'm so glad I did it. I mean, not that she found anything or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so happy she didn't. But I want to do this now twice a year. You don't
I
need,
need
you
to
only,
do
she
that.
told me she'll see me next year. It's only a once a year thing, I think. But I'm
Yeah.
so glad I did it. It was so easy. And I happen to love this dermatologist that I found, or that my GP told me about. Just, yeah, I'm so happy.
Well, that's great.
Hmm.
Yeah, I need to do that one day.
I thought of another question I was going to ask you a minute ago. That was just my own personal question, and now I forgot. Oh, I can't remember. Where's the next place you're going?
Probably, probably to see my father. So probably Minnesota is my next trip. And then after that, I'm going to Charleston, South Carolina for like a mini college reunion with some of my college girlfriends.
And is it beautiful there?
I've never been. I mean, to be honest with you,
I've heard it is.
I've heard it is, but once again, this is me. I don't really care. I'm going to see my friends. So I'm sure it'll be fine, but
I bet you'll care when you're there because you like to scope things out.
yeah. I mean, I'll have a good time when I'm there. I'm saying I didn't pick the spot, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll show up. Like,
Who
they
picked it?
could
Like, why there?
one of the girls, she picked it because it's her birthday coming up, and she was like, hey, for my birthday, I'm going to Charleston. Does anyone want to go? And a bunch of us were like, yeah, because we haven't seen each other in a long time. So it just happened, like that.
Oh, that's nice. That sounds
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Huh. Are you watching anything good on the telly?
No, let me think about that because we've been watching the Olympics.
I know that's, yeah.
And so mostly, I mean, we've just been watching the Olympics and now that's done. So I think there's something starting up that I can't remember what it is that Glenn was telling me about. But we've been, for the past 2 weeks in Olympics mode.
So Stacy told me about a show the other night that I would hate because it's a period piece.
Yeah.
I told Terry about it. I think he would like it, and I think you would totally like it, called The Serpent Queen.
I feel like I've heard about that.
You have to look it up.
I feel like I saw maybe an advertisement for that or something.
Yeah, it sounds right up your alley.
Serpent Queen. Yeah, that sounds like me. It does.
I think you'll like that. And what else? What else exciting?
Oh, I know. There's a show it's a British show called Responder.
Oh, I saw that. I loved it.
And I think the second season started this year. Yeah, so we have to catch up on that.
Started this year or
Yeah.
this year?
This year,
Well,
like
this year's
maybe.
nearly over.
But I'm saying I haven't seen season 2. I only saw the first one.
Oh,
And it was done and it came out in 2024. That means it's new and I haven't seen it.
well,
Yeah.
I didn't have either.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to text my husband and ask him.
Yeah.
I loved that.
It was a great show, so I need to check that. So that's probably the next thing now that the Olympics are done.
There's been a couple good things on Max that we recently watched. One might be called The Cry. That was really good. That's a good one. And then we went through, well, there's been a couple of good Australian things, weirdly enough. We went through where there were a couple of good Swedish things, a couple
Yeah.
of good Australian things. I love that when you kind of grab a nationality and it works.
Yeah. There's some shows I watch that Glenn doesn't watch because they're subtitled, like they're French or something. So he doesn't watch those with me. But there's one called The Parrot.
I used to never watch those, but Terry always
They're
has. But now
so
I
good.
do too. What is it? What one?
The Paris Murders, and then there's one called Astrid. They're both French, and I love those.
Is the Paris Murders just what it sounds like, suspenseful?
In French, it's actually called like psychology or something. It's about a profiler.
Is
But
it
I guess-
modern?
Yeah.
And it's called
And
the Paris. I'm writing it
called-
down. The Paris what? Murders?
The Paris Murders. And then there's one called Astrid. And Astrid is a girl who has autism, but she helps the police. And the characters are all great.
Oh, that
She
sounds
makes friends.
great.
Yeah, she's so smart. She's like a genius puzzle solver.
Oh, I'd love that.
So she helps this Parisian cop woman and the team help them solve murders that are so puzzling, like locked room murders and stuff like that. I love Astrid. It's always some kind of locked room thing and she puzzles it out.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I wrote those down. So, okay, well, if you don't have anything else exciting to talk about, then we are kind of way over the limit for people that have ADD. It must be time that we need to move on.
You can edit a lot of my answers out, let's be clear.
No, your answers are always the best.
Listen, if someone has ADD, they're already shredding their own closet looking for something they lost.
I love it. Okay, well, I miss you loads. And
I miss you loads.
And I'm trying to think, because I'm going to be around. So I'm going to text you some dates too, so we can.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
text me some dates.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging with me.
Thank you for dealing with me and my whatever's going on with me all the
Always.
time.
Your quirks always suit me just fine. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. And be sure to follow Gabbing with Girlfriends on here so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on social media for more fun and in-depth conversations. Thank you.